Personal Injury Court.
Good day, everyone. This is the matter of Fisher versus Moretti. Ms. Fisher, it's my understanding that you filed this lawsuit for injuries that you received while cleaning at the Moretti's restaurant, and that you sustained an injury to your hand. You are asking this court to award you $50,000 for past medical expenses, $20,000 for past lost wages, $10,000 for future lost wages, and $420,000 for pain and suffering, for a total of $500,000. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. and Mrs. Moretti, your position based on your court papers is that she was cleaning and this is kind of her fault.
Yes,
that
Your
you all
Honor.
didn't do anything wrong. Is that right?
Absolutely her fault, yes.
Okay, well, let's get into the legal sauce. Ms. Fisher, tell me what led you to take on this cleaning job?
Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself.
Please do.
Okay, I am the proud mom of a 12-year-old daughter who has special needs. She has cerebral palsy and she's wheelchair bound.
So you have two jobs.
I do. So I cleaned for the Morettis for the past 2 years. And I loved it. It's a beautiful place.
How long have you been cleaning restaurants and people's homes, things like that?
Probably 15 years.
So this is what you do.
This is what I love.
So when you finish work cleaning, you go home and care for your baby.
I do.
Your second job begins.
I do.
Tell me about your restaurant, because Ms. Fisher, you got your hand slashed with a sword, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
How does a sword end up in your restaurant?
Our restaurant is called King Arthur's. It's a medieval restaurant.
People patronize you pretty well?
We have authentic pieces that people travel from around the Southeast to see.
So most days you all get a pretty good crowd.
We
Yes,
do.
we get a
do.
pretty
We love
good
to make
crowd.
everybody happy, and they come there to be happy.
And folks come to your place to see the memorabilia.
They do, and the food's good too. We like to think so.
What kind of food you got there, Miss Moretti?
Well, we have
Certainly turkey legs.
turkey legs. That's a given.
Right, gotta have turkey legs.
Delicious. And we
they do
have entertainment within our restaurant.
Yeah, we have
What kind of entertainment?
We have jugglers, we have jesters, if you'd
Lute
like to joke
players.
around.
Oh, like really like a
Yeah,
Renaissance
costume.
kind of deal.
Like a Pied
costume.
Piper. It's fun. It's as if you were stepping back into time.
Exactly.
Miss Fisher, what kind of things are you cleaning when you're there?
I'm cleaning a lot of, it's memorabilia, but a lot of it is not real.
And the memorabilia includes what, Miss
Some
Moretti?
authentic
Most
What is it?
weapons. There are real pieces
You
there.
said weapons,
This
like
sword.
pistols and stuff
No,
like
no,
that?
no.
The
This is
sword
before.
that she claims that she got injured with.
It's a 12th century battle sword that was mounted in a way. We don't understand what happened.
We
But
don't
we have
understand how
plenty,
she
We
even
have
got to
plenty
it.
of replicas and plenty of actual pieces from the medieval times.
So, Miss Fisher, tell me how you got injured.
They told me to clean the dining room wall. So
And what's on the dining room wall?
all kinds of memorabilia.
Right.
So floor
Lot
to
of
ceiling stuff?
A lot of things, yes.
Okay.
All over the place. So, I mean, obviously I'm short, so
And I'm bald.
so I needed to do this. So I grabbed a chair, I climbed on the chair, and I started to dust. And I like to do a good job. I mean, it's a beautiful place. I want things to shine. So I went to get the dust off, and my duster got caught on the piece of artwork.
Okay.
So when it did that, I went to pull it away, and the sword came falling down, and it slashed my hand. It sliced the palm of my hand, Your Honor. That's my dominant hand. That's my livelihood. That's everything.
What were you thinking
And-
when this sword slashed
Oh my
through your
gosh,
hand?
it was horrific. Blood started squirting out everywhere, all over the place. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. I fainted. I wake up in the hospital, and oh my God, Your Honor, I've been out of work for 4 months thus far. This is horrific.
What do you all remember from the incident? How did you first know that it happened?
A really loud crash from the dining area.
Okay.
Really
Burning
loud.
enough to make us both just.
Yeah, and we
So
ran.
you all get a beeline to
we did
to
a
the
beeline.
site of the crash.
It was terrible, Your Honor.
What do you see?
Ms.
She
Fisher's
sprawled on the floor.
not moving, covered in
Not
blood.
moving.
I grabbed a tablecloth and put pressure on the
And I
wound.
immediately called 911. I was freaking.
Okay,
I was
that's
freaking
Yeah,
out.
we didn't know what to do. We were just terrified.
Miss Fisher,
Yes, Your Honor.
what were you thinking when you're lying down there on the floor?
Well, I fainted. So, but I mean, before that, I mean, my daughter, I'm all she has.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Moretti, you see these injuries are severe. Why wouldn't this be your fault? It happened at your place, your sword.
We don't expect anyone to stand on a chair.
We
That's never
We never
even
anticipated
indicated
anybody
to do such
getting
a
on a
task.
chair.
But she was trying to do a good job for y'all and get up as high as she
Well,
could.
we put
She
the
always
sword
has,
out of
but-
arm's reach on purpose. We didn't think someone would try to
But
get on
to
a
stand
chair
in a
to get.
chair to clean. That's not.
We took great precautions here. She's
nobody
very
does that.
irresponsible.
Mr.
very
Moretti,
careless.
how high up was the sword?
The sword is at least 10 feet. We have 15-foot ceilings lined with memorabilia, some
Safely
authentic,
secured.
Now,
some
Miss
replicas.
Fisher, the sword's up 10 feet, you get on a chair. Was that a
Why?
good idea?
Well, Your Honor, they're my bosses. They asked me to clean that wall. And
Why not
I
ask
think-
for a
Stay
ladder,
in a
though?
chair.
Because they didn't provide one for me.
Was it required that you go up that high?
Well, they told me to clean the back wall, and everything on there is high.
Did y'all tell Miss Fisher that she needed to get up that high?
Well, her job duties are to clean, but not to stand in a chair to do so.
We went out of our way to make sure nothing like this would happen. That sword was beyond reach.
Her safety
is out of
comes
arm's reach.
first.
You can't grab it. I don't. You
Why
know,
would
we-
she even think to grab the
So,
sword
Miss
and
Fisher,
not
did
think
you
about her
grab
hand?
the sword?
Your Honor, if the sword is a dangerous weapon, I mean, it came
It's
falling
50
down.
But
and
did you grab it?
High.
I did go to grab the
Why?
sword.
Why?
Well,
Why does
I
anyone
didn't
grab
know
the
it was.
sword?
I thought it was fake.
How's she to know that this sword is real?
Well, there's a plaque. It
Well-
states the battle. It's from the 12th century. It was used
Now,
as
your
actual
husband
plaque.
just said it's up high, though. How's
She's
she going
worked
to
there-
see that
Well, the
plaque?
plaque is
She's been here
placed
2
at eye
years.
level.
Did you see the plaque?
I did see the plaque, but not replicas have plaques.
It
So you
indicates
saw the
the
plaque.
authenticity
But I've
of the
never
What does
paid-
the plaque
I mean,
say,
the
Mr.
sword.
Moretti?
It just authenticates the sword.
Right.
It says this is in fact an authentic 12th century battle sword.
I don't see anything on there about authentic or this is a real sword or you're going to get your hand sliced if you get near it.
But
No.
she's been there so long, she knows.
Miss Fisher, when you saw this plaque, what did you think it was talking about?
It's just something special, a replica of something
Very
special.
special. It's the
But
centerpiece
I
of our
don't know.
collection.
That doesn't tell me anything other than that.
It singles it out. It indicates that
We
it's the
don't
most
walk
special
through
thing
pe-
in
yeah,
our
I-
restaurant, which is like a museum. You don't go around grabbing blades on anything in a museum, whether it's real or not.
So, Miss Fisher, you are asking this court to give you an award for $50,000 in medical expenses, right?
That is correct.
Describe what you recall of your medical treatment.
In the palm of my hand, the tendons were so damaged they had to be repaired. My fingers are like this, which I obviously can't show you. And you know what, Your Honor? I have nightmares. I have nightmares. This has been really detrimental and traumatic to me.
And that's why you're asking this court to give you $420,000 for pain and suffering.
Yes, Your Honor.
I see in the court documents, there's an explanation of your injury. You talked about the laceration and repair of your hand. Mm-hmm. Let's look at it. Now, based on this diagram, is that what your hand looked like?
Yes, Your Honor.
Before they repaired it?
Yes.
So when the sword came down and sliced your hand, it actually sliced the tendons inside your hand.
Correct, Your Honor.
That you use to control your finger.
Correct.
Okay. This diagram shows your hand repaired. Is that how your hand was repaired?
Yes, Your Honor.
And they had to stitch your tendons and then put sutures on the outside of your skin.
Correct.
That's what's under that brace.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you need that
I
hand to
need
take
that
care
hand.
of her.
Yes, yes.
Do you have to move her or do anything of that sort when
Of
you're caring
course.
for your daughter?
Absolutely, Your Honor. She's in a wheelchair.
So after you get the injury, then you still have to work, right?
I can't work the way I need to make ends meet, to provide, again, for myself, but mostly my daughter.
Can you use that hand?
No.
So
No,
you now
we-
have become a left-handed person.
Yeah, I mean, I have 3 fingers that will never have full range of motion again.
If you had to do this again, Mr. and Mrs. Moretti, would you tell your cleaner, look, we got some real objects
God is
on
my
the wall?
witness. If I had to do it again, I would say, don't catch swords. I would throw
No,
that
don't
in.
catch swords. I guess we need to redo our policy and procedure because it's just,
I guess.
maybe we need to.
Yeah,
You know, it seems to me that you all are not taking this as seriously
It
as
is
you
very
should.
serious,
This is
but-
a very serious injury to a single mom. Not only is her
But
work
she
affected,
caused it.
listen to me, Miss Moretti.
Yes, sir.
Not only is she affected by doing a cleaner's job, but the more important job, the most important job in the world, being a mom, has been hindered. Don't y'all see that?
And our most
This is
important job
very
is
serious today,
the
folks.
safety of our
I
employees
feel
and our
terrible
customers.
about
I
that.
understand you've got a business to run. However, you've got some folks who are hurt and a really special mom that's hurt. I just want you to take that seriously.
Right, we've been
Regardless of
there.
what you think
We
about
have,
the outcome
we
of
have
the
a
case.
lot of empathy for this. We truly do.
You all keep talking. Miss Moretti, you keep talking to me while I'm talking to you. I'm trying to make sure you all understand that we're not here over a paper cut. She might as well be missing that hand because she cannot help her baby. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor,
Honor.
but
Yes.
the severity of the injury shouldn't determine responsibility.
Well, I appreciate your analysis, but
for
the
that
butt
amount
does
of
not
money-
interest me.
For that amount of money, though, that would shut us down. Our employees would be out of work.
Ms. Moretti, I certainly understand that this has had an impact on everybody. I want you to show some heart. I will let you know whether you're legally responsible, but any human looking at Ms. Fisher's plight has to see that this. You're talking again with me.
Well,
You're talking again with me.
Listen, Your Honor,
I'm going to have order in this court, or you will go to jail. Do you understand that?
I could lose my business, Your Honor.
You could lose your liberty, and the sheriff will put you in jail if you speak up again.
Calm down.
Ms. Fisher,
Yes, Your Honor.
tell me how this has affected you.
This has affected my whole life. Again, it's my livelihood.
How's your little girl reacted to it?
Well, she's kind of scared. I can't take care of her properly. Of course, that scares her.
Now, Ms. Fisher, I understand that this has had a very, very serious impact on you both physically, it's had an impact on you financially, and clearly with the tears in your eyes, I can see it's had an impact on you emotionally. But my job is tough today because I've got to decide whether the Morettis are legally responsible for your injuries. You see that?
I do, Your Honor.
A fair amount, yes, but $500,000.
You said a fair amount?
Well, whatever you determine.
Are you negotiating numbers now?
No, sir. I'm sorry.
Let me do my
not.
job.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Ms. Fisher, I see you've brought a witness.
I have, Your Honor.
And sir, if you'll step up to the podium. For the record, what is your name?
My name is Jeffrey Davis, sir.
And Mr. Davis, tell the court what your role is in this whole case.
Yes, I work at the restaurant as an entertainer. I'm rover entertaining. I go to different tables and I entertain kids, and you should see the smile on their faces when I'm performing for them. They
So
just
what do you
love it.
do as an entertainer? There's a lot to that one.
Well, actually, I brought some props with me. Can I demonstrate?
Oh, please, I need some entertainment.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is what I do. These are my juggling clubs. And you know, one day, actually, I was juggling at a table, just like this, and these kids, they were saying, juggle higher, higher, and higher, which I did. And I tossed one up, and you know what?
What happened?
I broke a plate.
Jeff, you know.
And those guys,
And irreplaceable.
they docked my
Order in this court.
They docked
You may
my pay.
continue, sir.
They docked my pay.
policy
And I remember
to dock
stories.
your
Ms.
pay.
Moretti, you will be sitting beside your husband in the jail cell. Please follow my instructions. Sir, you may continue.
Yes, they docked my pay, and it's the same thing. You told me a story one time of a shield. You bumped off the shelf. They don't mount anything safe up there at all.
Do you understand why Ms. Fisher grabbed the sword?
Everything looks fake in there.
Mr. and Mrs. Moretti, was the plate fake?
No, the
this
plate
a-
was
So the plate
real.
was real.
Right, and it's irreplaceable. There's no
Even
other
if we're
plate like this in the
compensated for
world.
these, they can't be replaced.
Mr. Davis, thank you. You may be seated. So, Ms. Fisher, what's the future look like for you? I see that you are suing the Morettis for pain and suffering of $420,000.
Correct, Your
Tell me about the pain and suffering that you're referring to.
Oh my gosh, the pain is excruciating, Your Honor. And because of my situation, not that I'm a fan of medication,
Yes, ma'am.
I can't take anything for the pain because I have to take care of my daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no relief there. The pain is horrible.
Well, your daughter is of utmost importance.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I would imagine some days you've got to swallow the pain and do what you need to do as a mama.
Yes, I do. And
That's
I
what
try to
mamas have
hide
been
it,
doing a long time.
and I try to hide it from her.
We appreciate you and all the other moms that have made us survive.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Folks, I think I've heard everything I need to hear. I'm ready to make a decision. Folks, in every personal injury case, there are three elements that the plaintiff must prove. You, Ms. Fisher. You have to prove that the Morettis were wrong and that their wrong caused your very, very severe injuries. Here, the law requires me to consider the conduct of everyone. Here, Ms. Fisher, you used a chair to get up there to try to do a good job, and you caught this sword. Mr. and Mrs. Moretti, you had a real sword on the wall that didn't really have a proper warning. That plaque didn't do much for me.
But it was
Is that a
placed-
reach?
I'm talking now, and here we are again. You all did not warn her appropriately so that she would know not to catch that sword. It is fair to assume that that sword is not real. Ms. Fisher, in this case, you've told me about your life and your daughter and your job. Those are very compelling things, and I'm so glad there are mothers like you. However, that's not the end of the facts. Here you caught a real sword, and you bear fault for your own injuries. The law requires me to find you 50% negligent. And as much as it pains me, I've got to find against you and in favor of the Morettis because you are equally at fault, and the law says the tie goes to the defendant. So I find in favor of the Morettis and against the plaintiff. That is my final verdict, and this matter is adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Our attorneys across America just viewed this case for the first time. Let's hear what Terry Krupin has to say.
Here the plaintiff had a serious injury, but lost because she didn't prove the defendants were negligent or the cause of her injury. If the sword had fallen because it was not properly mounted or secured, then she might have had a better claim. But in her case, she was the one who knocked the sword off the wall, and when she tried to grab it, she caused her own injury.